This week I'm driving the 2021 Ford Mustang Mach 1. The Mach 1 is back for 2021, legendary model for the Mustang. The first Mach 1 was back in 1969 and was briefly back in early 2000, 2003, 2004. So now it's back, but the Mach 1 needs to fill some big shoes because actually this Mach 1 is going to replace 3 models in the Mustang lineup. The Mustang GT PP2, so Performance Package 2, the Mustang Bullet, and also the Shelby GT350. You can also add the GT350R, but still, the Mach 1 is going to replace all these models inside of the Mustang lineup. So with the new Mach 1, you got either the Mach 1 and the Mach 1 Premium. Obviously, the model behind me, it's the Mach 1 Premium, fully loaded with the track pack package. So first of all, you can notice it's a Mach 1 with the striping on the hood and also the striping on the side. You've got that really nice match of dark charcoal, black and orange. You can really notice it's a Mach 1. If we step on the side, we have some striping, same kind of design. We've got the Mach 1 logo. We've got also the Brembo caliper in the same shade of orange. Really nice look. It's a retro look, but still this car feels modern. It doesn't look like the typical Mach 1. So the true Mach 1 enthusiast is going to be yes, but there's no shaker hood. Usually the Mach 1's got a shaker ram hood. This one is more focused, I could say, on the track, not actually on the look and the retro look. I think, you know, if we're looking at the Dodge Challenger with the shaker hood, it's mostly for the sound and the look. It doesn't have any horsepower. So I think at Ford, the main focus was the performance on the track and not just funky shaker hood on the hood. So there's a lot of things gonna improve the aerodynamics also on this Mach 1, especially the front splitter in the front. This one is more aggressive than the base Mach 1, I could say. This is the splitter who comes with the performance package. Really aggressive, really similar to the GT350. Also, they deleted the front fogs on the grille. I think probably you're able to remove those parts and have more cooling goes to your engine. Usually the track Mustang guys like to remove those fogs to get more cooling to their engine. Usually removing the fogs, it's really for the track enthusiasts and all that. On the side, we've got some amazing looking, really good looking wheels. Those are 19 inches in aluminum and also part of the track pack. Wrapped in Pilot Sport Cup 2, really aggressive tires. Those are almost slicks. Really large also. In the front we have 305 and in the back 315. Massive tires, a lot of grip on this Mach 1. You will notice also on this Mach 1, the front splitter, the rocker, and also in the back, all in big plastic. This is really due to use your Mach 1. It's made for the track. Some show and shine enthusiasts gonna prefer carbon fiber or painted, you know, parts. And but in my point of view, it's a big plus, especially the splitter in the front, because it's really aggressive and you know, you have good chance you're gonna scratch it sometimes. Finally, if we step in the back, we've got some more aerodynamics. We've got this massive spoiler for more downforce. Here it's a little bit NASCAR style. I really like that spoiler. I think it matches really well the look of the Mach 1. Also, we've got this rear diffuser here at the bottom of the bumper, and finally the quad exhaust with massive tips 4 inches to hear the sweet sound of your Mach 1. Under the hood we can find a V8 Coyote 5-liter, good for 480 horsepower and 420 foot-pounds of torque. You've got 20 horsepower more than the GT model, and this is due to the new intake manifold borrowed from the GT350. We also have a cold there. So, you know, we've got the good old Coyote under the hood. Good engine, especially if you want to put a supercharge on it. but the big improvement for the Mach 1, it's really the transmission. We've got the 6-speed manual transmission. It's a Tremec, borrowed again from the Shelby GT350. This is a big improvement over the GT model, who's got the 6-speed manual, the MT82, made in China, the Getrag. This transmission doesn't have the best reputation, especially from drag racer and also track user. These transmissions are not good. From my point of view, this is the #1 feature why you would choose the Mach 1. It's really that transmission. And on top of that, if you're not into shifting your gears, you can also choose the 10-speed automatic transmission, something you were not able to in the Shelby GT350. On the road with the Mustang Mach 1 this week. Telling you the truth, I'm a bit nostalgic of my old Mustang I used to own. The way this Mach 1 is set up, it's almost exactly the way I used to modify my Mustang, you know, some kind of lowering, some kind of tires, some kind of splitter in the front. You know, a lot of things. My Mustang was all NA and all that, so really similar. I'm really used to drive something like that. This one's a bit more comfortable than mine due to the Magna Ride and those cushy seats, and we don't have the Recaro this week, so the ride is pretty good. You know, if you want to go on a road trip or something like that, the Magna Ride in normal mode with those seats, it's the way to go. If you like tighter seats and you need that support to go to the track, you should choose the Recaro, but I'm a big for the Recaros. So the Mach 1, you know, this week, the big plus, it's really the transmission. You know, the transmission you'll find in a Mustang GT is the MT82 Getrag, made in China. This is just, it's not a good transmission. So many of my friends in the US and Canada who do drag racing and track time and all that, they all had problem with that transmission, especially when you modify, you know, your engine, you're adding more power, you put a supercharger or something. These transmissions are not really good to handle more power. Even, you know, the last Mustang GT manual I drove back in 2019, I remember the second and third gear, they were kind of grinding. You know, I know these cars get beat up by journalists and all that, but still, when you have already problems with your transmission under 10,000 kilometers, it's not a good sign for the future of your transmission, I could say. But this Tremec is fantastic, matched with the Rev Match. It's so much fun, you know, the Rev Match, it's something I really like inside of the Camaro. Now you can get the Rev Match either with the Mach 1 and the normal GT, but now you've got the really good Tremec with the Rev Match, so it completely changed your experience of driving this car. And I think just the transmission alone, it's one of the #1 feature why you would choose the Mach 1. Performance-wise, you know, it's pretty similar to a GT. I say if you drive a GT and a Mach 1, it's not the 20 horsepower more with the spatial intake you'll find in the Mach 1 who makes the big difference. Let's say you're gonna race the GT and the Mach 1. I think it's gonna be mostly on the driver's skill and not the actual power of the car. It's gonna make the difference. This one have better tires, of course, have way much more grip of the line, but still power-wise, not a huge improvement. You can do the 0 to 100 kilometers in about 4.3 seconds, and the quarter mile in 12.6. So those are decent numbers. Those are Mustang numbers, I could say. On this side, it's a little bit easier to do a good 0 to 100 because you've got those super Cup 2 tires. That's one big plus. You got some real good hook off the line, I could say, with these tires, and they're pretty wide also, like 315 in the back. That's the way to go in the Mustang. Speaking of wide tires, this is part of the track pack package on the Mach 1. So you get a more aggressive splitter in the front, larger tires and all that. I could say this package, it's not for everyone. It's really for enthusiasts or track people. You have to get used to drive those really large tires. Here in Quebec, sometimes the roads get pretty beat up, and you get those kind of, like, I call them like truck track, and those track of trucks can really makes your car wiggles, I could say, when you have really large performance tires. So that can be annoying for someone who just want to drive on the weekend or sport car. And also those Cup 2 tires, amazing tires, but not the best to go on a road trip or when it's pouring rain. Those are not the best, but really sticky, you know, in good condition, really good tires. Interior wise, there's nothing really special inside of the interior. You got a really nice brushed metal finish, I could say. You've got that plaque with the Mach 1 and your number of chassis. Otherwise, you have a nice shifter for your Tremec transmission, but the rest, it's all the same. You know, it's been the same pretty much from 2015 to now. Some tweak here and there, but still the same. I like those seats. They're the comfortable seat. Like I said, they're not as tight as the Recaros. In the back, you can choose either to have seats or remove those seats, so you can remove some weight. So if you're really a track enthusiast, you can remove those rear seats. That's a plus. Otherwise, you know, same thing. It's not really practical. There's no place to put your phone, no place to recharge your phone wirelessly. The sync system, it's getting old, you know. It feels like this is the end of the generation of this Mustang. But once again, if you compare it to the competition, those kind of stuff, you're not gonna find it in the Challenger or either the Camaro, so it's not a big deal. So fuel economy this week, you know, on the highway, I'm averaging around 10 liters per 100 kilometers, averaging about 12 to 13 liters per 100 kilometers. You got a big V8, it's a performance car, big tires and all that. Those are decent numbers. Maybe, you know, if you choose the 10-speed automatic, you might able to achieve better fuel economy. But, you know, these are performance, you know, fuel economy Mustang numbers, I could say. So once again, on this side, it's really the way you're gonna drive it. If you shift your gears always in the red line, you can expect not a good fuel economy on that side, but on the highway, it's pretty decent. All right, price-wise, you can get a base Mach 1 for about 66,000 Canadian. And the model I'm driving this week, it's just over 77,000. Those are pretty decent price, you know, cheaper than the GT350, about the same price as the fully loaded, you know, Mustang GT with the previous PP2 package we had back in the day. You know, when you get a full GT, it's about the same price as a base Mach 1, and I think you get way much more for your money inside of a Mach 1 than a fully loaded GT. Only the transmission alone is just worth it from my point of view. But you know, a good price. I think the Mach 1 is feeling you know, that gap between the GT and the GT500 pretty well, you know, replacing the PP2, the Bullet, and the GT350. Of course, it's not as exotic as a GT350 with the V8 flat crank. But you know, if you're not always shifting your gears at really high RPM, under 5,000 RPM, I could say, those two cars feels pretty much the same. So overall, you know, good package from Ford. I think pretty much everyone can have their own Mach 1, you know, kind of deal. If you want to have the perfect platform to put a supercharger or to do some track time, you can choose the base Mach 1 with the cloth like recoil seats and all that. I think this is the best platform if you want to tune your Mustang. If you're someone who more nostalgic and you want to take your Mustang on the road trips and all that, you can choose the PRENIUM with the automatic transmission, with the comfort seat. Nice package. It's like a GT touring kind of car. And if you're a bit more hardcore, you can choose the PRENIUM with the track pack and all that. And now you're getting into a serious machine. You can go on the track and you get amazing grip and all that. I think this one, just like the one I'm driving today, it's more for an advanced driver. It feels more like the, I could say, kind of like a GT3 RS, but Mustang style, more affordable than the Shelby. So I think it's a really good package. So let me know in the comments, do you think the Mach 1 is a good package, or you missed the PP2 package, the bullet, or even the GT350? You have to remember the GT350 was more expensive. You know, at first I thought this Mach 1 will be easy to get access to, but what I've seen this week after talking with a few dealerships, they're really hard to get. I'm not sure if it's because of the microchip situation, or these are just limited. I couldn't find the actual numbers, how many they're gonna produce. So you know, at first I think you know, I was like, GT350 is more collectible and the Mach 1 is gonna be more mass produced, but so far these seems pretty rare. And if they keep, you know, low volume of Mach 1, it might be a good investment, and these Mach 1 might keep their price, so that's a plus. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my videos. Also, I'm going to include some links to my Facebook, Instagram, TikTok page. Go follow me on these other platforms, and we're going to see each other on the next review.